Hello everyone. Myself Shri. Now we are back with our second video, which is data preparation and processing. So, without any wasting further time, let's just get started with our video. Uh, yes. So, first of all, what is data preparation? Why do we need even data preparation in data science? So, first of all, the important part of the data preparation is data itself. We'll see that. Let's first go with the first page. The data preparation refers to the process of cleaning, transforming, and organizing raw data into a structured and usable format for analysis, modeling, and visualization. It is a critical or crucial step in any data science or machine learning workflow, ensuring that the data quality is high and ready for meaningful insights or accurate predictions. Basically, in data preparation, what we do is the cleaning of data, transforming it into another forms. First of all, we need data. The data can be gathered by offline surveys, web scraping, any APIs, and from anywhere. Today, we have the platform named as Kaggle, which provides the data sets. So these data sets can be in the form of unstructured, semi-structured format, and can be structured format too. But for the better data processing and for the modeling of the machine learning algorithm in which we pass as prepared data, we need to follow these steps to get our the data enriched, structured, proper format. We perform the cleaning of data, transforming it, and for example, the data preparation process usually include standardizing data formats. Like most of the time, we use the Excel files or the CSV files. So it is a examples of structured format. And basically, we are also deals with the outliers. We'll see what is outliers and further. Then we have steps in data preparation. This is one of the most important parts we need to understand here is. So the first thing is the discovering or the collection of data. As I have mentioned, data science or data preparation is incomplete without data. But where, how do we get the data? The people who are in this profession says data preparation is the tedious or the most toughest task. They spend their 50%, more than 50% of time just doing this process because this process is so crucial in our final results. So basically, the first step is discovering data or the collection of the data. As I have mentioned, the data can be collected from the surveys, web scraping, APIs, and these data can be in the format of semi-structured and structured data. Now, today world, we almost get the semi-structured data, so we need to process it. As the second step mentioned is structuring, so we need to convert the unstructured or semi-structured data into a proper structured in the form of maybe Excel or the CSV file or whatever format we are using in our model. So the first step is the discovering or the collection of data. The second is the structuring, the proper structuring of our data. Then the third step is the cleaning. Cleaning of the data include some of things like handling missing values. Maybe some of the values is not mentioned. Maybe some is unrelevant information, or maybe we want to drop some of the information which is not necessary for our data sets. So it handles that. Then we have the correcting errors. Like sometimes we have data set which includes the duplicate data, redundant data, and the typos in the spellings. So we need to also handle these kind of errors in our data sets. Then we have the removing noise. As I have mentioned, outliers. So outlier is one of the noises in our data sets. We need to remove the outliers from our data sets. So, as I have mentioning so much about outliers, what is outliers is? We can understand this by an easy example. For example, we all are in the 12th standard, and in our class, there is a person who is holding the master's degree. So, he is the outlier of our class. because we most of the people in the particular class is of the 12th standard, but one of them is from the master's degree. So he is the outlier. So sometimes also these things happens in data sets also. Some data points are of the same category, but some of them is very much from the majority of the data sets. So because of the outliers, our results will get deviated very much. So we need to handle them very efficiently. Then we have enriching of data. Now we have gathered the data, we have structured it, we have cleaned the data. Now it is time for the enriching, the proper standardization of our data. We also have the normalization and standardization. It is a process in which we rescale the value to a particular range. We basically rescale categorical data into a numeric values between a range or distribute it, because most of the machine learning algorithm will only understand the numerical values. So it is used in that. Then we have encoding techniques. Like I have mentioned, we need to convert the categorical data into the numerical values. So encoding, there is multiple encoding techniques which helps in this. And then feature engineering. It is also one of the important features or the process, one of the important process we need to be done with very precision and carefulness. So, feature engineering is basically selecting some of the features for the better results in the machine learning algorithm whenever we put our enriched data into the algorithms. So, feature engineering is taking some of the variables from our data source, or we can also make our own features by combining the existing features. So, it is also a big topic in itself. We'll cover in the other videos. Then we have the validation. Validation means the machine learning algorithm. We have gathered data, we have structured it, cleaned it, enriched data. Now we have a proper structured data with only and only insightful information. Now we have to train it. Now we have to make the result out of it. Now validating is contains the machine learning algorithm. We put our systematic data sets into these machine learning algorithms and takes out the outcomes like results and the prediction whatever we want. So it is handling in the validating part. Now we have the last step is the publishing step, in which we can publish our results, or this we can store it for the future use. So now let's see the importance of data preparation. Why even we are studying this? I guess you have all the answers now. Why we are studying data preparation? Because it is one of the most important step in data science. Now, first is improves the data quality. Definitely, if we handle the errors, unnecessary data, missing values, handling outliers, making our data consistent, definitely it improves our data quality. And how much the quality of data is better is directly proportional to how the accurate of results are. The outcome is very precise and accurate. Then we have the enhanced model. Definitely, if we have the good quality of data, it also enhances our machine learning model performance. Then we have reduced bias and errors. The term bias is, I just want to explain in a short term. Bias can be of various types. Bias is something which is, let's understand with an example. If we take a study, if we are making a study on a health, and we are only considering the healthy people, which is going to gym, running daily, so this will not predict the right results. What we are trying to here is make the study of the healthy people, but we are only considering the healthy people only, so the results will not be accurate and efficient. So bias refers to that. So better data preparation also reduces the bias and errors. Then we have it saves times and analysis. Definitely, the more better and structured our data is, it definitely saves time in other process of the analysis. Then we have examples like adding an index field. Basically, adding an index field is to identify records individually on the row basis. So let's see the snippet of the code. Again, we are using the pandas library. Then we have the data, which is a variable, and it is storing a dictionary in which dictionary basically maps thing. In it has keys and values. Every key has a particular value. Here, the name is a key and value is the array of values which stores the strings. So Bob, Charlie, Alice is the values in arrays which is belongs to the name, which is the key. Then we are using the data frame function, which is also part of Pandas library. In the previous video, we have also seen one of the function is the read CSV, which is also was a part of the Pandas library. So we are converting the data into the data frame and storing it as in the variable df. Now we have created another key value, which you can see names index, and then we are adding plus one means we are adding another index to it for the more data to identify themselves or to just store the data in that particular added index. Then we are changing misleading field values. Misleading field values can be appeared due to the data entry errors, inconsistent terminologies, or missing data marked in a way that affects analysis. So let's first of all see the snippet. You will get the better idea from here. Again, we are using the pandas library. Again, we have made a dictionary which will store in the data, which has the key status. Then we have the arrow values which say yes, no, nan, and not available. So apart from yes, the other three values are trying to say no, but in a different way. So these kind of values, which is representing the same thing but has the different format, will lead to the errors and inconsistency and redundancy in our data sets. So we need to take care of these kind of value. So again, we have created a data frame out of it. Then we are using the df status. Again, we are changing the status key itself. Then we are using df status dot replace. Replace is also one of the function in pandas. Then inside the replace function, we have again made a dictionary, which is a key value pair. We are saying that none will map to the keyword no, and not available keyword will also map to no. So now you can see in the status we have only two values now, yes and no. With that is only we have required. So yeah, these from this kind of examples, you are understanding how much data processing is important. Now we see the re-expressing categorical values. Like I have said, the categorical values will not be every time accepted by machine learning algorithms because most of them works on the numerical values. So, like male and female, we have the data sets of user, and we are again and again mentioning that male, female, what are the payment method like cash card, cash card. So it is not feasible and just adding the redundancy to our data sets. So we can simplify that by again mapping, like in the example you can see, we have mapped the male to numerical value 1 and female to numerical value 0. So now we can just write the 1010 for the better and fast analysis. Now we have standardizing numerical fields. Standardization is the process of rescaling numerical fields to have a mean of 0 and standard deviation of 1. It is commonly applied to the features before feeding them into the machine learning model, especially those sensitive to the scale of the input data. As I have already mentioned, that we need to convert the categorical data into the numerical values, and we can use the mean and standard deviation and now, as you can see in this snippet, we are using the sklearn.preprocessing. So scikit-learn is also one of the libraries in the pandas which deals with the computations also. So inside this, we can import it like from sklearn.preprocessing. import standard scalar. We are just importing the standard scalar function from the scalar. And again, we are using the pandas library. Again, we have made a age, which is a key, and a array of data storing the ages in integer format. We have converted into a data frame using the function of data frame. Then we have made a variable scalar which now holds the instance of the standard scalar whatever we have imported, that standard scalar function. Now we have created another index or the key which says age standardized in the data frame itself, and we are using the scalar dot fit transform. In the standard scalar, it contains multiple function and fit transform is one of the function. Using this inbuilt functions of the libraries, it makes the data processing and other processing data science very smooth. So now we have identifying outliers. As I've already explained you what our outliers are. So you can see we have using the pandas, and this is the NumPy library which is also a part of Python. It is also library in Python. It deals with advanced mathematics and statistics. So we have made the dictionary which has the income, the key, and the values of the arrays, which is uh, storing the income. Like we have 50,000, 60,000, 75,000, but then the last value is 8 lakh rupees, which is not near the previous three values. So definitely it is an outlier in our data set. Now we have converted into the data frame. Now for identifying outliers, we have multiple methods. One of the method is z-score. The formula for the z-score is that particular value then minus that particular value's mean and division of that particular's value standard deviation. This is the formula for the z-score. Now we have z-score for every data frame for the every data associated with the income. Now we will test if that particular value is greater than 3 or the less than minus 3 is the outlier. So we have used here this lambda function. Lambda function is also called a one-liner function in which the x is the iteratable. Lambda function basically implies on the iteratable data structures like list or the dictionary. They are the iteratables data structure. We can use lambda function on that. So we have mentioned a particular condition like NP. NP stands for NumPy library here. Then apps is the abbreviation of the absolute, and we are using the x. X is every value associated to the income here. Income z-score, and if and it only be stored in the is outlier whenever it is greater than 3 only. So from these kind of methods we can easily identify outliers. So thank you for this video. We are done here. I hope you have get the brief understanding what is data preparation, how much important data preparation here is. And from the next video we'll go and explore the IDE. For this playlist we'll be using the Jupyter Notebook IDE, and from the next video we'll see the visualization of data, how the graphs are made, what types of graph are there. So I hope you will understand that, and bye bye.